women's basketball semifinal. BYU defeats Pepperdine 68-63. With the victory, the Cougars head back to the WCC Championship. They'll make their 4th appearance in the last 6 years. They'll take on Gonzaga tomorrow at 1 p.m. on ESPNU. We're joined by BYU head coach Jeff Judkins and student athletes Shaylee Gonzalez and Paisley Johnson. Coach, an opening statement from you on the win, please.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to give Pepperdine a lot of credit. They had a super year. They've improved so much from the first year when we played them in Provo to this time. I really thought they played, especially the first half. I mean, we couldn't stop them from hitting shots and getting rebounds, but they really came together, their team. With my team, I'm really proud of them. This is kind of what you saw today is what this team's been about. We've had some downs in halves, and we've come back and just done the little things for us to be able to win tonight. And this team is, you know, it really is. We said in the locker room, this team is family, and they really trust each other and know that if they stick together, they can do anything they want. But these two girls next to me have had a great game tonight, but this is what they've played all year, so I'm kind of used to it. But I'm really proud of my team. It was tough. We knew this would be a really hard game and a lot of pressure, but the team showed up tonight, especially the second half.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take questions from media members. If you have one, please raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. Let us know your name and affiliation. And we'd like to start with questions for student athletes first, please. John.
Hi, John Crumpacker, West Coast Conference Sports. To Paisley, what was the key for your team down the stretch? You know, it was tied and it was real close with about 3 minutes to go. What gave it to you?
Our defense, I believe we really had to lock down on that, make sure we got some rebounds on our side that would fall our way, and kind of make sure they didn't have any more offensive rebounds. I think they had 17 in the first half, and we really needed to cut that down because we were stopping the first shots, but we kept on letting them get second and third, and that's where it kind of killed us. But I think coming together as a team, looking for rolls to the basket after we had pick and rolls, and I don't know, I think we really came together as a team, and like Jetty said, it was a family out there. Team win.
Go to Jay.
Jay Drew, Salt Lake Tribune. Paisley, that second half, I think you held Jasmine to 1 point. What were you just doing? I know you drew 2 charges, but what else were you doing to kind of limit her?
She's a big part of their team, obviously, and she was the West Coast Conference Player of the Year. And at halftime, I kind of just told the girls when I had gotten her a little bit at the first that you just need to lay on her, take her completely out of the game, because once I did that a couple times, she didn't want any part of the play. She'd literally take herself out. So Jetty put me on her in the second half, and I just decided that she wasn't going to touch the ball, just deny her crazy.
Brandon Gurney, Deseret News. The story of the game for Pepperdine was offensive rebounds. They just killed you guys on the boards during that first half. What changed for you guys in that second half? It seemed like the runs ran concurrent with just you guys stopping them from getting on the offensive glass. What was the focus at halftime, and how did you address that, Coach? Or Shaylee, yeah, you had 8 rebounds.
Yeah. 17 rebounds in the first half, and Judd was like, we really need to take care of those. We need to box our man out. It's not just the post players. The guards also need to find a body also. And so coming out into that second half, we came as a team and we just decided that we really needed to do that, and I think that really helped get our lead and to get the win.
Additional questions for student athletes or for Coach?
Oh, you can ask me now? Okay, I thought you said just
Starting now.
Okay.
Aaron Fitzner, sports editor with the Daily Universe. Shaylee, walk us through the play where Paisley goes up with the layup, it misses, but you put it back and get the and one on that.
Paisley was going down the floor, and I just, I really like going in for rebounds. I like being really aggressive, and so my man turned, and I was like, she doesn't see me, so I'm going to go after and get it. So I just grabbed it, and I threw it up, and I didn't even know it went in at first. And everyone started screaming. I was like, I guess it went in, so I just went crazy, and yeah, it was awesome.
She always has my back.
Yeah, I got
Come
you.
back to Brandon.
Paisley, you were able to draw 2 critical charging fouls. How big was that for the team? Maybe Shaylee, you can answer this as well, but that seemed to get you guys really hyped and get going.
Yes. No. I mean, I love taking charges. I've done that all season, so it wasn't really something new that I was trying. And I feel like I know how to move my feet to get in front of offensive players, and she had a full head of steam. She was going, and I knew that. The first time she had a full head of steam, she got right by me, and I was a little embarrassed. So I knew those next couple times she'd do that, she wasn't going anywhere.
You know, those charges really get our energy up, especially when Paisley does that little backflip. That little flip, that's awesome.
The second half, we ran a little bit of more 5-man motion, a little bit of our plays. But I think that was the thing that affected us. I think it helped us. I don't think we were as tired. Did you notice I didn't pull the guards out in the second half at all? I stuck with them because I'm not have to play that extra game. So I think that helped us.
I'll go to Darnell.
Paisley, a third shot at Gonzaga coming up tomorrow. What are your thoughts as you prepare for that?
We're excited. After they won the conference, they were talking and they were really excited to play us, but I think we're even more excited, not just to show our conference, but also to show the nation that we can come out, and those 2 first games weren't flukes. We're out here to go get a tourney championship. We're excited.
I think what you saw tonight in these 2 semifinal games, you saw 4 teams that are very equal and are very close. And you can imagine what it was this year in the conference race. We beat Gonzaga twice, but Gonzaga got Pepperdine early in the year on the road. But these 4 teams, any night could be any of us. And you know, and that's why I think that's what's so exciting about our league right now. Is it's just not 1 or 2 teams. We're getting 4 or 5 teams that are getting better and that can compete. And I mean, Pepperdine has come from being the bottom of the league to be one that's in the top. And of course, St. Mary's. Nobody wants to play St. Mary's. And but Gonzaga will be a big challenge. They're a very, very good team. They've been here. I do feel bad they've lost 2 players that are a big piece of the pie, but they'll figure it out. They always do. Lisa's a great coach.
Elise?
Yeah, hey, Shaylee, being a freshman and what you thought college basketball was going to be like, and now all the way through this season and having such success, and then now playing for a tournament championship tomorrow. Can you kind of talk about what it's been like this freshman season and where you're at mentally with that?
So before coming here, I knew that I set some goals for myself, and I didn't set them too high because I didn't know how I was going to fit in with the team. But then we went to Europe and for 2 weeks, and I think that really helped me notice what I can do for the team, my strengths and weaknesses. And yeah, definitely Europe has helped me, and just my team has made me a better person and better player on the floor. So yeah.
What do you think is your first time playing in a title game? I guess it's your first time too big as a sophomore.
It's amazing. It's definitely a blessing. We're so blessed to have an amazing coaching staff, and I'm blessed to have an amazing team.
It was definitely different in the locker room after the game this time than it was last year. It was a very good change, and I enjoyed it.
John?
Yes, Jeff, what do you have to do to be successful against Gonzaga tomorrow? I mean, do you draw on those 2 close games during the regular season, or how do you handle this?
Well, I think what we have to do is we have to defend their inside game. Rice is the best scorer in the league in the post, and she can also face the basket. You saw tonight her second shot. She's very creative. Losing Stockton will hurt him because Stockton really pushed the ball. But Smith is a very, very good player, can shoot it. And they'll sub a lot so they don't get tired, and they really execute their stuff. Where we hurt them the last couple of games is we were able to get to the basket and create them to help, and we had some easy layups or easy draw and kicks. I'm sure they'll work on that and try to do it, but you know, if you move the ball and you space it, it's tough to get in the right spot all the time, and that's what these guys have done a really good job with.
Any other questions for BYU? We'll go over here. Darnell, last one.
We haven't had so much media in the whole year. This is really nice. The men are out, we get some coverage.
Paisley, what was the message from Jetty and the rest of the coaches when you guys were down 13 in the third quarter, and what things do you think turned it around?
I think it wasn't necessarily what he said, but the confidence I saw in his eyes, the confidence he had for us. The whole season, he's, I wouldn't say putting the pressure on us, the three of us guards, Brenna, Shaylee, and I, but he definitely depends on us, and I think Shaylee and I both know that the team depends on us to bring the heat and not only get ourselves open, but get our teammates open. He really told us to focus on moving the ball, being willing to D-up and get rebounds, but I think mostly it was the confidence I saw in him, at least for me.
Congrats on the win. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Nice job. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, always good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you. A lot better this year than last year.
I'm sure. Yeah, you bet. Yes, no, they're coming in now. So if they want to grab you, if you can go outside, that'd be great. Hey, Coach, you guys, because they're ready to come in. Thank you. We're good. I can't hear you. Joining us now from Pepperdine head coach Delisha Milton-Jones, along with student athlete Yasmin Robinson-Baycoat. Coach, an opening statement from you on the game, please.
Yes. First and foremost, I just want to say that I'm so proud of the effort and the attitude and the class that our young women have displayed this entire year. Everyone counted them out. No one gave them any type of respect. Even for us to be picked 9th in the preseason, that set the tone for us because we knew we were so much better than that. And they came out every game, they came into work every day, every practice, and they dedicated themselves to proving the world wrong, but also proving to themselves that they are legit. And I think that the way that we performed this year, it was a culmination of this entire moment within the WCC tournament for us. We had to fight tooth and nail for every ounce of respect, every win that we've earned. And today was a tough one for us. BYU is a team that it's going to be tough to beat them 2 times in a row, you know, but they gave us a tremendous fight. We gave them one as well. Their experience in these moments, I think, played a huge part into them being able to come back and get into the game. They cut that 13-point deficit down like in the blink of an eye. And they came in a different type of way other than 3-point shots. It was 3-point plays, you know, attacking the rim, getting and ones. That really was energizing for them. And we really didn't have an answer for that when their team decided to put their head down and be able to finish through contact with solid defense being played on them. You have to tip your hat to them and just say, hey, you were the better team today. And we had an excellent game plan against them, and I think that we executed it overall the majority of the game. It's just that two good teams were playing tonight, and one good team had to end their season in terms of WCC play a little sooner rather than later.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take questions now. If you have one, please raise your hand and let us get a microphone over to you and let us know who you are before you ask it. Start with Brandon here.
Yeah, Yasmin, Brandon Green from the Desert News. 18 points in the first half. You were really good. BYU was able to limit what you did somewhat in the second half. What were they doing different on you?
Face guarding, so it made it difficult to get the ball. They definitely, a lot of credit to them for making it tough for me to not only get looks but to get touches. Yeah, they did a really good job of face guarding and making sure that they took me out of a lot of the plays on offense.
Sean.
Yes, I mean, Sean Walker from KSL in Salt Lake. Well, that big kind of 2.5 quarters, really, that you guys had, it seemed like your big lead came on the back of rebounding. Did you guys know that you were going to have to kind of win the glass, and get a lot of kind of second chance looks and that sort of thing in order to take this game like that? Was that sort of an emphasis for you guys?
Yeah, our game plan going into every game is to rebound, defend, and run. So we knew we had to crash the boards and make sure that we got out running, and we knew that we couldn't give them second opportunities because we know how deadly they are offensively. So when we forced them into tough shots, we knew we had to capitalize by rebounding and making sure we solidified the play at the end by controlling the board.
Other questions for Pepperdine? Okay, thank you. Good luck in the postseason.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cook. Thank you. It's tough because that first game went so long.